Welcome to the WINS Volunteer Orientation. We are so thankful that you'll be joining us to impact our community, and we want to take this time during the orientation to equip you for your first shift, get you knowledgeable about the organization and some of our expectations, and make sure that you're comfortable to join us as a volunteer for many days and weeks ahead. There is a quiz that will also be sent to you by the email so that we can just make sure that you're compliant with what we've taught you in the orientation. And there's a how-to video about VicNet and how to pick your shifts and look at your schedule. So without further ado, let's jump into this volunteer orientation. And we're going to start with what is WINS. So WINS stands for Women in Need Society. We are a Calgary-based not-for-profit organization dedicated to helping women and their families live better, more stable lives. WINS was founded in 1992 by a woman named Catherine, who faced a life-changing crisis. One night, she was forced to leave her home with nothing. When she was directed to a nearby church for help, she found emergency supplies stored in a cold, dark basement, just bags of worn-out clothes scattered and disorganized. In that moment, Catherine realized there had to be a better, more dignified way to support women in crisis. From here, her vision and WINS was born. Today, we continue her mission by providing basic needs, skills training, and opportunities for employment and connection. Our goal is to empower women and help them build strong, sustainable futures. So our mission is simple, to help women and their families thrive. And our vision is a community where all women and their families have access to support and resources they need to build a better future. About our values. Our mission is guided by 5 core values that shape everything we do. These values are the foundation of our work and help us stay aligned with our mission and vision as we continue to make a difference in our community. Integrity. We honor our commitments and make sure our actions match our words. Diversity. We welcome and respect people from all backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences. Sustainability. We care for both people and the planet by making responsible choices today for a better tomorrow. Collaboration. We believe in teamwork. By supporting each other, we achieve more together. Innovation. We think ahead and strive to make a greater impact by exploring new ideas and solutions. These values guide us every day as we support women and their families on their journey to thrive. And now I'm going to show you a great video by our team here at WINS. And it's basically a word from the CEO and a little bit more about the organization. So just make sure the sound is already turned all the way up. Here we go.
When you come to WINS, the values that you're going to find within our organization really focus around respect, integrity, and teamwork and a fun environment. All of that wraps up around our overall goal, which is lifelong learning for anyone who visits or is part of our organization. Any monies generated, any revenue, all goes to programs. That's what we do, and that's why we do all of our retail operations, is just to generate revenue so we can help people.
So we have the house-to-home program. It is a program to ensure that clients have their basic needs met so they can have or establish a home that is safe and functional.
People who donate to WINS and support in so many ways, whether it be through money or goods or even time, do so because they believe in the ability of us to help our community and help people and women and families to help themselves. I think they truly tie into the part of our mission where we're not just a handout, we're a hand up. We're there to really surround women with the support and services they need to be successful. I think everybody really resonates with that end goal of just helping people to help themselves.
So at WINS, it's really great because some of the clients that we help come in when they're in a really crisis situation, and through our help and through their own perseverance, they're able to work really hard and eventually give back to WINS by either volunteering at the thrift stores. Some of them even get jobs with WINS. Even some of them just can donate some of the goods that they might not need anymore back to the stores.
So at WINS, we're trying to keep the world a better place and have a clean planet. We divert 3.3 million pounds per year right now out of the landfill, and with the Moore store we can divert even more. We could not do what we do without volunteers. Our volunteers support all of our paid staff. They do an incredible job and they are very caring and give so much of their time. WINS prides itself on being an inclusive organization. At WINS, we have no barriers to who we serve. We have no barriers for people who work for us. We want to include everybody because we know that the more people we can include, the better we are. We know that a well-rounded perspective makes us a better place.
All right, WINS is not just a charity. It operates as a social enterprise. This means that revenue generated from the 7 thrift stores directly fund the programs and services that support women and families in need. We have stores located across Calgary in the following areas: Beltline, Dover, Macleod, Bowness, Richmond, Glenbrook, and Manchester. Additionally, we operate the Moore store at our donation center where customers can enjoy extra discounts. Every purchase made at these stores goes back into the community, making a tangible difference for those who need it most. Your volunteer work supports this entire system, helping us keep the stores running and funding our important programs. Now that we understand how the thrift stores and the Moore store work, let's take a closer look at the process behind the scenes. Everything we receive starts its journey at our donation center, where we sort items based on their quality. High quality items are sent directly to our thrift store for customers to purchase. Items that need minor repairs, like a missing button or a small tear, are placed in our Moore store, where they can be sold at an even better price. Items that are no longer useful and can't be repaired are sent to recycling, helping us reduce waste and protect the environment. The revenue generated from these sales directly supports the life-changing programs we provide. Now let's take a look at how we use this revenue to make an even bigger impact in the community. For every dollar spent, 88 cents goes directly into funding our programs. That means every purchase you make at WINS store directly impacts the women and families we support. The revenue for WINS is split as follows. 70% comes from our social enterprise, our thrift stores. So that's people basically purchasing clothing items and household items. 30% comes from grants, donations, and other sources. And here's how we spend it. 88% of the revenue is used to fund programs that benefit the community. 6% goes toward fundraising effort, and 6% covers the administrative costs. So with a small team, we rely heavily on volunteers like you to help us deliver these programs and services effectively. So how can you support us? There are many ways you can make a difference. You can donate, you can shop, you can volunteer, and you can support our growing programs. As volunteers, you will be a massive part of one of our major pillars of the organization, and your efforts with us will make a lasting difference in our community, at our thrift stores, and in our program areas. So you can see your support truly makes a difference. It's not just about donating or shopping. It's all about how we come together and make a lasting impact. In fact, last year alone, nearly 30,000 volunteer hours were contributed by individuals and group volunteers across our thrift stores, donation center, and community hubs and events. That's an incredible contribution. Every hour helps us continue supporting women and families in need, keeping our operations running smoothly, and we truly appreciate your dedication to this mission. Now let me share with you the 3 pillars that guide all of our programs. We start by meeting basic needs, then move towards providing emotional support, and finally, help individuals build confidence through skill development and employment services. Each pillar is a step towards long-term sustainability and independence, and together they form the foundations of everything we do at WINS. Now that you've seen the big picture, let's take a look at the 3 specific programs we offer under these pillars. Let's start with our House to Home program. This program provides free clothing, household items, even furniture, to women and families in need. So far, we've delivered over $1 million worth of goods to help people settle into safe, stable homes. 96% of these clients said they felt respected while using the voucher. 88% to help them afford other basic needs, and 88% also reported feeling less stressed after accessing the program. So basically, these are people coming through some sort of transition, be it homelessness or domestic violence, some level of vulnerability, and they're receiving free clothes and household items for their new place from WINS. So let's move on to another key part of our work, community hubs. These are safe, welcoming spaces where individuals can find support, share challenges, and build their confidence. With 5 hub locations in Calgary, we help connect people to WINS programs, goal planning, parenting support, skill building, and more. So far, our community hubs have connected with nearly 38,000 people, and the impact is real. Most participants report feeling more confident, supported, and better connected to other services. So these are not our thrift stores. These are actually community hubs that we run and where people and staff can help members of our community progress in their skills and in their connection to their community. Now let's look at the Retail Ready program. This is where people can take their skills even further and take the next step towards employment. We offer 2 great programs that help build skills and workplace confidence. We also offer employment programs designed to build confidence and prepare for the workforce. Our Retail Ready program focuses on customer service, inventory merchandising, and cash handling. And our Warehouse Ready program offers training in forklift operations, workplace safety, WMIS, and first aid with certificates included. You and your friends can find more details on our website if you're curious to learn more. Now that we've covered wins in our programs, let's move on to the next section, which is all about being a volunteer. So volunteering with us offers many benefits. You'll gain valuable work experience, develop essential skills, and learn in a supportive environment. Plus, as many of you here are here to help others, you'll make a direct positive impact in the lives of women and families in our community, which is why so many volunteers choose to stay with us long term. What can you expect from WINS? We are committed to providing a safe, supportive work environment where you will be treated with respect and professionalism. Our managers are here to help guide you, offer the training and support you need, and feel confident and succeed in your role. We aim to ensure you have a positive and rewarding experience while volunteering with us. So that includes first shift training, how to do all your tasks, everything. So you'll be very supported by the team. What we hope you will do. We ask that you act responsibly, meet deadlines, and treat others with respect. Uphold confidentiality and privacy, and respect the working standards and values of our organization. If you face any challenges, be honest and ask for support. Take the necessary training, engage in feedback, and follow our health and safety policies to ensure a safe environment for everyone. Volunteer responsibilities. We ask that you always be kind, positive, and respect everyone. If you witness or experience discrimination, harassment, or violence, please report it immediately. If there's an investigation, we ask for your full cooperation and for all details to remain confidential. What to wear? Please refer to the volunteer handbook for details on dressing professionally. Remember to wear your name badge and closed-toed shoes. Avoid sandals, flip-flops, or cap-toed shoes. Dress appropriately for the role you're volunteering in. So nothing with too much profundity on it or any profanity on it, and careful with things like rips and tears as there's moving staff and trolleys and carts that could be happening. We don't want you to get caught with something that was ripped accidentally or, because of aesthetics. Rips in the jeans look cool, but they're not always functional. So jeans and a t-shirt would be great, or something comfortable like sweats or a tracksuit, something like that, whatever you're comfortable in. About attendance and punctuality. As part of our commitment to a professional and respectful environment, we ask that you attend your scheduled shifts on time and stay for the full duration. If adjustments are needed, our managers are flexible and happy to work with you to accommodate any changes in your schedule. And you will learn by the other video how to go into VicNet and adjust your schedule if it changes. About hours and breaks. So you will be given regular break times, and if you need more break times, just check in with your manager. But as per Alberta workplace standards, if it's a shift over 4 hours, you'll definitely get a 30-minute break or more, probably upwards of an hour. And just speak with your manager about what your breaks look like and how you can take those while you're on the floor. Okay, as a store volunteer at WINS, some of your responsibilities will include greeting customers and sharing promotions, keeping fitting rooms clean and returning unwanted items, sorting donations and organizing shelves, gondolas, and racks, hanging and tagging clothes, as well as restocking products. If you're volunteering in a program or other events, your task will be different. We'll provide these details when the opportunity is posted. No matter the role, your support helps us serve our community better. So once you have access to VicNet, you will be able to see that there are event and program opportunities that pop up, and those will be specific roles in the community, working with clients or people from the community that you'll receive very specific training for. But generally speaking, these are the roles. This is kind of the details of the role at our thrift store. It's fun, engaging, and most of our volunteers have a really great time. All right, so volunteer purchases. As a volunteer, you're welcome to shop at any of our stores, but only before or after your shift, never during, since you have access to the back room. That means you're not allowed to shop from the back. All items must be sorted, priced, and placed on the sales floor first. And just to be clear, you can't hold items at the till or in the back to buy later. You can only shop what's already on the floor. Thanks for understanding and helping us keep things fair and equal for everyone. When purchasing something from the store, please don't ring it through yourself at the cash register. If you're given a receipt and the store manager wants to sign it for future record, just let them do that. It's important to keep that signed receipt with you if that's what happens. Also remember, volunteers are not allowed to price items for themselves. Okay, now that you've got a good idea of what you might be doing as a volunteer, we want to move forward onto the Code of Conduct section. Our Code of Conduct reflects WIN's values and sets clear expectations for ethical behavior in everything we do. As a volunteer, we ask that you act with honor and integrity. Speak up if you witness or experience something concerning. Report it to your manager, HR, volunteer services, or a senior manager. If you can, take notes of what happened. Your manager will handle all of this with due diligence, and please remember to keep the details confidential. You'll find this outlined in your volunteer handbook. Now let's talk about our whistleblower policy. This policy gives you a safe way to report concerns in good faith. Without fear of retaliation, if you notice anything unethical, like misuse of funds, abuse of power, or anything that could harm a staff or public, please speak up. You can report directly to your manager or if needed to HR, volunteer services, or senior management. There is a whistleblower report form if you feel more comfortable using that. Let's quickly go over our alcohol and drug policy. While you're representing WINs, whether on-site, volunteering, on or off-site or volunteering, you must not use, sell, distribute, or possess alcohol, drugs, or any drug paraphernalia. Work under the influence of drugs or alcohol, or you cannot test positive for drugs or alcohol, though we don't do many drug or alcohol tests. Basically, we want you to be sober and a team member while you're volunteering with us. Let's take a moment quickly here to talk about the privacy policy. At WINS, we respect everyone's privacy. We only collect the personal information we need, keep it secure, and use it only for the purpose it was collected. We never share it without permission. If you ever come across personal information, even though it's unlikely in most volunteer roles, please keep it private and only share it with someone who needs to know, like a manager. Protecting privacy is everyone's responsibility, and we really appreciate your care with this. The information we receive from you as a volunteer will go in a folder. We're mostly using it for contact information and to set up your portal, but it's also used as a reference to our liability. So all of our volunteers are covered under liability. In the event something goes wrong, there will be funds to assist you in something physical or mental, and those are in a worst case scenario, and that's why we need to collect your personal information. Otherwise, everything's stored away. WINS is committed to creating a healthy, respectful, and safe environment for everyone. We do not tolerate any form of discrimination, harassment, or violence. If you ever witness or experience any of these, please speak up. You can report it to your manager or HR, and we're here to support you. If you see something unsafe or inappropriate, your first priority is to get yourself and others to safety. If you feel uncomfortable, you can speak directly to the person involved and let them know that their behavior is not acceptable and ask them to stop. Afterwards, please inform the manager or HR about what happened. In case of an emergency, call 911 right away. If you witness something, make sure to inform someone from the team as soon as possible. Finally, cooperate fully with any investigation to keep all details confidential. And of course, you'll be supported by your staff, so in the event that something's happening, you can always rely on your staff as well. Remember, safety is a top priority when volunteering with WINS. Wear closed-toed shoes at all times. Use safety gloves when handling waste or sorting donations. Do not handle heavy items unless supervised. Ask your supervisor if you're unsure. Always wear safety glasses when working with waste. Maintain a 1 meter distance from garbage bins while disposing of waste. Be responsible and act safely. Report any injury to your store supervisor immediately. In case of a safety incident, cooperate fully with the investigation. Your store manager will show you emergency exits, safety equipment, and proper procedures in case of an emergency. And of course, if you feel unsafe in anything, as per Alberta standards, you can decline anything that you feel is unsafe work-wise. And of course, we're not going to ask you to do anything out of the box of a regular volunteer role. So even some of these more some of these rules around how to handle waste and whatnot, there's a good chance you won't be handling waste. We'll get you set up in a really fun and easy volunteer role where you can be more impactful with the community. There is a video attached to the email about VicNet, so please watch that. It's how to pick your shifts and how to schedule yourself as a volunteer. And this is basically the end of our volunteer orientation. So what will come next is your first shifts emails, the forms that we require you to fill out, a little bit of a quiz just to make sure you're compliant with what we've talked about here in the orientation, those other videos. So if you have any questions or concerns, you can contact your volunteer coordinator by email or phone. Please don't hesitate to contact us. We want to make sure that you're as successful as possible in your first shift. Of course, for your first shifts, you'll be our managers and our staff there will be notified that you're coming. And yeah, we just really look forward to having you volunteering with us and being sustained in a role. We're very thankful for your support as a volunteer. And we look forward to meeting you one day on site. So have a great day, and thanks again for watching this volunteer orientation.